purnasya purnamadaya purnamevo avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, all those that are invisible are filled by Brahman. All those that are visible are also fully permeated by Brahman. The whole universe has come out of the whole Brahman. Brahman is still full and complete, although the whole universe has come out of it. Om, peace, peace, peace. So we are reading Śvetāśvatara Upanishad. And we are in the 6th chapter. It is a concluding chapter. It comes back to the same question with which this Upanishad started, with the question, what is the cause? King Karanam. What is the cause? King Karanam, it is Brahman is the cause. Time is the cause. How the creation has come. How it has come, just out of nothing, or it is for something, or it has come just by accident. So many questions were raised, and ultimately, in the last chapter we have read, it is only Brahman and Devatma Shaktim. There is a Shakti, the power, in the effulgent self, and that has manifested as the universe, and this universe is, behind everything of this universe, there is that one reality. And this universe has not come out of anything else. There is a conscious entity behind it, out of which this apparent expression has come out. So that was this 6th chapter we started. We read in the first verse, the other day, some deluded thinkers speak of nature as the cause of this creation. By nature, naturally it has happened. Why this word? It's nature. Another some say others of time. Well, no, in time it has happened. In a period of time, it has started and developed, and it was manifested like this. Some say, as the forces that revolves the whole Brahman, some forces are there, which is the cause of this rotation, of this movement of the stars, planets, down to the atomic structure. But really, all these only, actually what is this universe? A devotee or a spiritual seeker will see everything, and will say, glory of the Lord. The sun is the glory of God, moon is the glory of God. The stars, galaxies, this human, subhuman, whatever we see, it is only, what a beautiful creation. It is the manifestation of the power of God. So God shines through, as it were, to the back. That is the ultimate truth is like that. He shining, everything shines. So it is the He means that Brahman shining. And next verse also we read, it should be known that energy assumes various forms such as earth, water, light, air, and space. At the command of Him, you may say this world, how this world is kept in cohesion. Why it is not splitting away? Why it is not running away? Planets are rotating around the sun. Why? Why did they not run away? The cohesive force, and that is the force of the divine. So the energy, it should be known that energy assumes as this apparent universe we see, it assumes various forms, and that has become the earth, the water, the light, air, ether, 5 elements. The whole universe, ancient sages have classified into 5 elements, and they categorize, everything can be categorized within these 5 elements. Water, air, fire, space and light. So these are the 5 elements as we see, and this force behind them is that consciousness, no? That energy. That energy, which is the cause or substratum of everything, has manifested in so many ways. And it is the Lord God who is the master of this control. And by his command only, who is the master of the gunas, and he makes the time. It is in Brahman comes the concept of time. Brahman is the ground of all. When there is no time, Brahman was there. When there is no time-space causation, this universe, it was only Brahman was there. He is there now, in time-space causation, manifesting. And when even time-space causation will leave, go away, then it will remain the same. So, he is the maker of time, he is omniscient, he is pure consciousness itself, and by whom all this is ever enveloped. So, it is a Upanishad is giving the conclusive idea that though you see this world as art theatre, water fair, etc., etc., but it is all a substratum. Satchidananda is the substratum. And in time has come, in that power of consciousness, it has not come actually. When it says come, it appears. Vedanta will say, appear. This is an appearance. It is not really, it has become. It is not that Brahman has become this. If it is so, it will be 24 hours the same. Now, in the dream time, we lose this appearance. We get into another appearance, subtle appearance. In sleep time, these two both go away. This gross and subtle, both appearances dissolve. So what remains then? It remains, the truth remains, is the absolute unchanging reality. So it has vivarta. It is the two philosophy. Shankara's philosophy is called vivartabada, philosophy of vivarta, and another called the philosophy of parinama. Parinamavada means Brahman has become. If it becomes, you cannot go back, no? Say milk becomes yogurt. Can yogurt go back to milk? So if you say Brahman has become this, that means it has transformed into another form. So it is mutable. Brahman then can mutate. Then it is not Brahman. Definition of Brahman is what? Unchanging, absolute, without a second. So here is the question, the philosophy of people supporting the idea that this universe has been transformed into, Brahman has transformed into this universe. It is untenable in logic, because if that one gets transformed into many, there is no chance of it to go back to its source. Therefore, Vivartavad is the most rational thinking, that this has happened, but it is not changed anything. It appears the change, like the example always given, that when we think it is all Brahman, but looking like this. Like as I give the example, 3D glass. You put the 3D glass on your eyes and go to see the movie. Then you see a different world. But you take out the 3D eyeglass, then what will happen? You will see different. So this was created. It is not real, but its appearance becomes so strong and real. You cannot deny that it is not true when you are seeing that. But when you take out that, when you get out of this waking experience, then what happens? This reality does not exist. You go to this sleep time, this world does not exist. So then what exists at certain time, what does not exist at certain time, how that can be real. So this is the argument given, Vivartavada. Now today we are going to read the third verse. What happened to those people? They're still gossiping or what? They came for the class. Anyway, tatkarma kritva vinivarta bhuyaha tattasya tattena tattasya tattvena sametta yogam ekena dvabhyam trivir ashtabhirva kalena chaiva atma gunaischa sukṣmai tatkarma kritva vinivartya bhuyaha sattattasya tattena swatattasya tattena yogam sametya yogam ekena dabhyam trivir ashtabhirva kalena chaiva atma gunaischa sukṣmai Tatkarma means this creation. Karma is the creation. After setting in motion, kritva means setting. This God, the absolute God, through the Maya, created this universe. And after setting this karma of creation, it's setting in motion, binivarto, withdrawing himself from it. Creating this, after setting the creation in motion and withdrawing himself from it, binivarta means withdrawing. So one creating this universe and again withdrawing into it. Like what is called evolution and involution. That's why Hindu idea of creation is not permanent, one-time creation, no. It goes on eternally. Once it manifests, again stays for some time, and then again is withdrawn. And again it comes back. So that's why it is a continuum. The creation is not one-time creation, according to Hindu thought. So, withdrawing himself. So, first, after setting the creation in motion, tat karma kritva, that karma, here karma means the creation karma, the one absolute becoming many, that karma, kritva, setting that in motion, binivatro, again withdrawing from it, bhuyo tattvasya tattena yogam sametto. He unites the principles of spirit with the principle of matter. Tattva means that principle, and sametto yogam, bhuya tattvasya, the principle, tattena with the principle, yogam union, sametto bringing out, ekena dabhyam, that with one, with two, with ashta 8, kalena, through the instrumentality of time, it becomes sukṣma, subtle, and through the instrumentality of their own inherent properties, become united alone. That means after setting the creation in motion and withdrawing it, himself from it, he unites the principles of spirits with the principles of matter. Jara, Chetana. He creates it. It does not create in that sense, but actually it appears. He projects. Projecting that and then again uniting with this matter and spirit, connecting with these two, with one, with two, with three, with 8. It does means two is one means the meaning of these very obscure words are there. It tends to be follows. One means ignorance. How the creation goes. First start ignorance. We are all going to see a movie hall. And when you enter into the movie hall, their screen you can see, people are sitting, chit-chatting and everything. What the first condition of your watching the movie, what they do? What they do? What they do when we go to see the movie hall, what they do? Ignorance. No one is saying anything. You have no experience, what they do? Huh? Turn off the light. Is it not? When they turn off the light means what? Ignorance. You can't see anything now. That's the first point, avidya. And then he said, avaran. And then second is vṛkṣe. Now you see, boom, a beam of light comes and falls on the screen. What do you call it? Projection. It is called, that's you are talking Vedantic term. Avarana, first it is making you forget about what is there by covering. And second is projecting new thing. And then you are forgetting the reality here. This reality you forget. You are engrossed into the movie, what is going on the screen. And you get so identified, you sometimes cry, you sometimes weep, you sometimes smile, no? Because you are identifying with the projection. This is our life. Get out of the ignorance, put the light on, boom. You can see it is a movie going on. So to create this maya, first condition is avidya. Avidya means ignorance. Avidya, ignorance. 2, dharma and adharma. Then next creation, this world is created. And when it is created, 2 things come. Righteous and unrighteous. Good or bad. Honest or dishonest. So this duality starts, dharma and adharma. Good and evil actions of the past lives. 3 bodies. It creates 3 bodies. One, the physical body, this body. Subtle body, mind, and all the intellect, ego. Ego is the causal body. So physical, subtle and causal. Understand? That's why we enjoy in the gross world. We enjoy the dream world. We enjoy the sleep in the darkness, in this play of drama. That's why we go to sleep, again come back to waking state, and again waking state to dream state to sleep state, whole day and life, our whole life of 70 years, 80 years, or 20 years, 30 years, what we did? This cycle, waking state, dream state, sleep state, waking state, dream state, sleep state, waking state. And it is continually going on, nothing else. Our whole life, we are crying, weeping and sobbing, or we are happy, or we are unhappy, we are fighting, we are all going in the 3 level. Waking crying, dream crying, sleep, a little aware of nothing. And again, the cycle goes on. This is our life. So see how monotonous is this life. But it has made, God has given some chutney. Do you know chutney? Spices into it. That's why it has become so lively, so enjoyable. We are happy. We are dancing, singing, sometimes crying, weeping. We are like puppets in the hand of this projection and evolution and involution. Is it not? So God's magical power has created this. So 3 bodies. We have 3 bodies. This body is called the gross body. What is subtle body? Please tell me, subtle body, we are talking. Huh? Subtle body, no, only prana. Prana is in the gross body also. Yeah. Mind and subtle mind. The mind is subtle, not these eyes. You see in the dream, you have eyes there. Don't you see your eyes in the dream? Your feet is there, hand is there, no? But not this gross body. You have another body, that you call the subtle body. What you have, just recall, I remember I tell it so to remember you all the time. But tell me, I will be happy to hear. What are this subtle body? Hey, Rama, you are hearing all the time. Tell me, what is the subtle body? Prana, mind. Prana, mind and? Oh, it is why making so complicated.
Intellect and calm.
No. 17 limbs are there in the subtle body. Think what you have in your dream. Just imagine in a dream body what you have. 5 senses are there. Eyes, ears, nose, sense of perception. It is there? Asya. You have hand, feet, this physical 5 organs of action. You have? Have? No, have not. Have. 5? Then, there is also you have a body. That body also drinks water. That body eats pizza. That body... So, in the dream you can have pizza. Dream pizza, not this pizza. But you have. That means 5 elements. Earth, water. You drink water there also. There is fire also. You can see there is a forest fire started there. You can see the ocean water. Water is there. And in your body also composed of 5 elements. So, very simple. Remember this. Philosophy is very easy if you make it, match it. So, 5 sense organ of perception. As you am here now, in your dream also you have. Have or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then you have your hand, feet also there. 5 organs of action. And 5 element, sukshma bhutas. Sukshma bhutas are what? We drink water, not this water, this is the gross water. In the dream time you also drink water when you are thirsty. What water is that? Subtle water. You also breathe here. No? When you breathe in the dream body, you forget about this body, no? Its body be mechanically breathing, no? But you are not here. You are in your dream body. And that dream body is breathing. Which breath is that? Subtle breath. Subtle air. Huh? So 5 senses are there. 5 organs of perception is there. 5 organs of perception and 5 organs of action. And 5 elements are there. These 3 times 5 makes 15. And what remains another? You have your mind is there. You have your understanding is there. There are 4 things. Mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. All 4 faculties are there. Your mind works there. Your intellect works there. You know, you are driving car maybe in the dream. Hey, why are you sitting here not seeing your face? So much space. Can you not sit in a way we can see your face? So, the subtle body is that. It is called the dream body. Just remember your dream body, that is the subtle body. When we die, no, this is very important. When we die, we just go, take this body and go out. Death is not living. As we go out of the body every day during our sleep time, and we dream so many things, actually at the point of death, we go into the subtle body. They leave this body because you are already living. When you are dreaming, this body, you are in the body, but you are leaving this body. You are not connected with this body anymore. So nothing to worry or cry about it. This physical body will go away. That's why the soul, that's why it is called the soul transmigrates. Soul does not die. This because it is a subtle body, it remains until you identify yourself with Brahman, until you know that who you are. this transmigration will continue. And then 4 other elements you have. You have your mind there, you have your intellect also there, you have your ego there, you have your memory there. In the dream also you can argue with your friend. Hey, no, you are wrong, I am right. You remember that I told you that day this one. In dream you can talk about that, no? So memory. But these 4, they make it 2 items, manobuddhi. That's all. This is called the subtle body. And what is the causal body? Deep sleep. When you go to deep sleep, what remains? You forget about those also. Forget about this body and forget about the dream body. But you remain there and you say, oh, I do not know. I was sleeping fast asleep. I do not know what to do. I do not know what to, when you called me. I do not know when it rained. So that means I was there and not knowing was there. 2 things were there, is it not? I do not know. So you were there and your not knowing was there. So not knowing means what? That's the avidya. I do not know. So that is it. Only one covering, that is called the avidya, or ignorance remains there. That's why we go every day to that level, deep sleep. We are all happy, that's why. You eat lunch, you eat supper, or you do not. You are exhausted. You go to bed and deep sleep, then you come out fresh. What made you fresh? No food, no air, nothing in the physical level, but you came very close to the consciousness. Just the consciousness this side. Only one veil is barring us to go there. That's why we come back the same old guy. But if one can really consciously meditate and consciously move this plane of gross to subtle and cross that level and go to that veil will drop because you are consciously moving into the truth. And that's why you can see that truth. We call darshan. People say vision. Why? That ego, darkness of the ignorance, it becomes little lighter because meditation and prayer and all these things, that removes the veil and thickness of the veil of ignorance. And then you can see, and then penetrate that. You can see to the glass case, glass pane, no? And bring that also. Then it's called samadhi. Here is the last stage. You can see as if you are touching, as if you are seeing. But you cannot do that because there is a veil still now, but it is not the dark veil, but it is a brighter, clear veil. And like a glass, difference in the glass case. But you see everything, you can feel the heat also, but you cannot touch it still. There is a difference. That's the, and you can penetrate that, then you will reach that goal, which is the permanent reality, called Satchidananda. So what we are reading, that he unites the principle of spirit with the principle of matter. This creation, how creation comes, it is setting the creation in motion. Who sets the creation in motion? That Brahman, which is Maya Shakti. They are talking about Maya Shakti, the power of that, the deluding power. It creates matter and spirit together. And then doing that matter and spirit together, that means consciousness and ignorance just coming in close proximity, as it were, and ignorance creates the world. How ignorance creates the world? By ekena. Ekena means one. One is what? He says ekena means by ignorance. His magic trick is ignorance. The magician's first trick is what? They spell some ignorance on our mind. We see, but we don't see the rightly. He has the power, magical power to control our mind or do something, trickery of the hand. They can do so much trickery that you will not be able to catch. That is the, so avidya, that is ignorance. One magician can catch the tricks of another magician. But we people cannot. We people will remain the ignorant, same ignorant, seeing the same play again and again. And then two, first creates ignorance. Ignorance production is this universe and creates dharma, adharma, righteousness and unrighteousness. Second, and then third comes three. He creates the three bodies to enjoy, experience. Our three bodies are why? We have all of us as three bodies. Why? To experience the gross now, to express the subtle in dream, and to experience the causal, that life of joy. No? So three, physical, subtle and causal. And then the eightfold aspect of nature as described in Gita. The five elements, mind, intellect and ego. Ashtu. So it has created this universe to enjoy. So that is and through the mere instrumentality of time and their own inherent properties, the world has been created. So this verse talks about, after setting the creation, God started the creation, thinking I will be many, and putting the motion, the creation in motion, rolling like this. One creating, another time withdrawing, creating and withdrawing, involution, evolution, involution, evolution. He unites the principle of two, principle of spirit and principle of matter. Matter is the Panchabhuta, is the matter, and spirit is the consciousness. Consciousness juxtaposed on the matter, so you see matter as consciousness. I see this material world as reality, but we don't see the real consciousness behind. Consciousness is behind it, so this is the first magic. The spirit and matter, they get joined together. And then with evolution, what comes? First comes one, means avidya, ignorance. With two means there comes the dharma and adharma, righteous and unrighteous feelings, good and evil effects of action and past lives. Then three, the three bodies are created to enjoy those experiences, physical, subtle and causal. Everyone has. A bird has three bodies. I do not know. Birds dream, you know?
Yeah.
They dream.
Ants also.
Eh?
A study came out, ants also dream.
Oh, see? Even the trees, I do not know, they dream also maybe. But maybe very feeble. That gods dream, of course, they will dream. But I'm going to the lower animal. Elephant might be dreaming, no? The gross, subtle, causal. Everyone sleeps. The dog, cat, everyone sleeps, and very happy that time. You disturb anyone who is getting to sleep, disturb him or her, he will be angry. Why? I am in a good space, why are you disturbing me? So I think every creation has the three bodies. And that's why it is not applicable on the human, but it is applicable for the subhuman or animal world also. That means this creation, entire creation. An eightfold aspect of nature, an eightfold aspect, what is the eightfold aspect? Nature is the elements, five elements, Kritya, Tej, Marudbam, and mind, mana, buddhi, ahankara. Ashtu. Mana, buddhi, ahankara, mind, intellect and ego, plus the five, space, earth, air, water, fire. To the mere instrumentality of time, the idea seems to be, though God is unlimited, ultimate force, at the back of the world process indicated by the expression unites the principle of spirit with matter, with one or with two, etc. Yet his hand is invisible, and to a person who seeks some natural explanation of things, time, inherent property of things, etc., appear to be all sufficient explanation. All sufficient explanation. Really, they are only the instrument through which the divinity works. Now, you may say, if someone says, in time this creation has come. If you take this principle of creation, that is, first ignorance came, then the duality of dharma, dharma came, then the body came, a body made of the elements we created this body, and three bodies are there to enjoy the gross, to enjoy the subtle, to enjoy the causal. And then this universe of how it is done, the whole universe, what we enjoy. 5 elements, mind, intellect, ego. So eight objects are there which we enjoy. So this is the way of creation, and if we think this, that is the cause of creation and the creation has come from God, then it is all leading us to the understanding that time comes afterwards. When creation starts, then you can call it is the starting point. No. When creation goes, it is a destruction, point of destruction. But time, concept of time is coming after that creation. So in this, if we think this way, that the one consciousness have divided into so many ways by this process of evolution and involution, and this process is starting from ignorance to 2 bodies to 8 and all this what we are discussing, that includes your other argument what is given, who created this universe in time. Time comes here, if you accept this philosophy, then you can include your time idea into it. But naturally it has happened, that you can also say, naturally in time it has combination, permutation, it has happened. But you have to go fundamentally to the point that it is the consciousness which has manifold into this way. But you see, it is not parinama, but it is the vivarta. Parinama means once it has converted into something, cannot go back to the original cause. But vivarta means you are seeing something wrong. If the wrong is taken out, then you can see the truth. Seeing the snake is not there, so rope is there. Knowledge of rope will come naturally. The screen, that is a movie going on in the screen, 3D eyeglass, take out the eyeglass, then you see it is happening there, not here. You are not so much involved. Attachment, not involved. So it is taking out the eyeglass is the question of spirituality. What is spiritual life? Take out your 3D eyeglass. You take out, then you see it is different. It has not converted, it is not happening really, and you are really not done, that's not so real. And for us it is all real because we are wearing the glass of Maya. And this Maya is creating this universe. But ultimately, no creation. That's the ajatavad. It is all appearing. Okay, so this is the type of explanation is given in this book. Now let us see what Swami Gambhirananda Maharaj's translation of Shankar Bhashya, what he speaks. Now, what was referred in the first chapter, now that itself is being elaborated here. On the 3rd verse it says, Tat karma, which we are, he is to be thought of. He means the creator. Who has created this universe? That he is putting as he. To be thought of who, having finished that work and witnessing it, and having again brought about the combination of the self with the principles of nature, with 1, 2, 3 or 8, and with time as well, exist in association with the subtle qualities of the internal organs. Translation is so, what do you understand? I read the translation. Did you get it? That is the problem of the very true or translation, which very to the verbatim and to the original. You cannot get it, what is that going to say. But if you penetrate into it, then you will be able to do. He to be thought of, who having created me by that karma, the earth, water, etc. Vinivartya, having witnessed it, and bhuya, again, yoga sameta. That means the affix is omitted here. Having brought about the association of the self, tattvena, with the principles of the earth, 5 elements, ekena, with one with the earth, daya, devā, with 2, trivi, with 3, ashtabhiva, or with 8 of the principles of prakriti. This has been stated in this prakriti of mind is divided into 8-fold: earth, water, fire, air, space. Gita. Kalena chaiva, with time as well exists association. Sukṣmam atma gunai, with the subtle qualities of the internal organ, that is with desire. So you understood what you understood. Now I am seeing some simpler way. Swami, here, Lokeshwaranandaji, he makes it little understandable for us. 3rd verse, he says, the Lord finished creating the world, a very language we can understand. He has finished. What he finished? Finished is creating the world and then reviewed it. The next step he took was to put together 1, 2, 3 or 8 of the gross elements of the nature with time and the finer qualities of his mind. So, having finished the work of what? Creation. The Lord God, he reviewed it. And what is? Tattena tattasya yogam sameta, combining the qualities of his own self with the elements. That means consciousness mixing with the matter, as we read the other book. Consciousness, matter and spirit, mixing the two. Ekeno dabhyam trivi ashtabhiva, properties of 1, 2, 3 or even 8. Kalena cha, adding time to it. Sukṣmai atmagunai cha, and also the fine qualities of the mind. Brahman is Brahman, whether he appears as gross or fine. The world, partly gross, partly fine, is nothing but a projection of Brahman. When Brahman projected the world, he projects both the gross and the fine in him. If he projects one, he projects only ignorance. If he projects two, he projects dharma and adharma, good and evil. If he projects 3, he projects the gross, sthula, the subtle, sukṣma and causal karana, bodies. And if he projects 8, it means that he projects the 5 elements, panchabhutas, the mind, etc., the intellect and ego. The projection is complete as time passes and the gross and the fine combine. So it starts from one point. This creation is, according to Vedanta, is vivarto. It has not has happened. But if you take it, this world, we have a history, no? History of evolution. Amoeba started with amoeba, and then multicell and this and that, to dinosaur, to our human evolution. So it has a span of time. In this span of time, it has manifested in so many ways. You may think that it has only one, or it is the 2. To remember 1, 2, 3 is so difficult. Till time, all this cause, it is created by him. Now the 4th verse. Arabhyo karmani arabhya karmani gunannitani bhavangsya sarvan viniyojayetya tesham abhave kritakarmanasha karma kshaye jati satatattva arabhya karmani gunannitvani bhavangsya sarvan viniyojayetya tesham abhave kritakarmanasha karma kshaye jati satatattva. Now what does it say? These are all sometimes old Sanskrit and terse and different ways they express the same truth. Tam, that means him, ja, that reality, gunannitani, when it gets associated with the gunas, we have talked about the gunas, three gunas. Karmani, with creation, arabha, beginning, sarvan, he gives the start to the creation associated with the three gunas. So he created this universe, he started with the three gunas. That's why I call this world is created by Maya. What is Maya? Maya is three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So he gives the start to the creation. This one was there, how it becomes one, many ignorance came, and that is the starting point. And how he started that creation? He says that it is with the three gunas of nature. Three gunas of nature, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, and orders all things, and then regulates everything. Perfectly, everything moves on. Three gunas, permutation and combination, the entire universe is nothing but combination and permutation of the three gunas. Nothing but the three gunas. Again, in the absence of the gunas, he destroys all created objects. When the three gunas are gone, the objective universe is all done. Tesham abhave, when these gunas are abhava, in absent, when the gunas come, the creation comes. In another way of understanding. When the ignorance is Maya, Maya is three gunas. When the gunas come, the creation comes. When the gunas are absent, that creation is also gone. So, tesham abhave kritakarmanasha. The absence of the gunas, he destroys all created objects. Karma akṣare, and after destruction, karma akṣare remains aloof in his own essence. As a God creates, no. We create anything, we become very attached to it. Anything we create. No? You write a poem, it is your creation. You feel so much identified with it. You are a painter, you paint something, you'll be so attached to you. So anything, you do on a garland, you feel it's my garland. I made it for the Lord. No? So whatever we create, our creation gives the idea that you get attached to it. But God does not. That Brahman, detached, that idea he is giving. Arabha karmani, he starts the work, gunannitani, with the three gunas, bhavangsya sarvan, and then all these moods and ideas get entangled into it. Viniyojayet, he involves everyone into that action. Tesham abhave, and when the three gunas are withdrawn, krita karma naso. All this karma, krita karma, they are all gone. No karma, nothing, the world is not there anymore. Krita karma naso. And karma akṣare jati, when the karma nas is done, so tattatuvanna. So he becomes, in reality, he becomes the truth, he becomes detached from everything. He becomes Brahman. So he gives the start to the creation associated with the three gunas of nature and orders all things. That means everything become orderly then in the creation. God's creation has a very rhythmic thing. Everything is very proper and appropriate, no? Same sun rises, sun sets, every day it goes, the equinox and this and that, all this, the formula is set in such a way, is going on. So that is he orders all things. He puts into order everything. And again, in the absence of the gunas, only when the gunas are withdrawn, then what happens? He destroys all created object. No creation can stay if the source, the three gunas are withdrawn. Maya, where there is Maya, there is world. When there is Maya is gone, it is all Brahman. Brahman remains Brahman. Maya comes and goes. Maya means three gunas, injection, and it is out of the gunas. Then he destroys all created objects automatically. The created, that we symbolize Mother Kali, destruction, and or you can say Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. All this concept comes, creation, sustenance, destruction. It is another language, Vedantic language, Brahman with the three gunas, creating everything in orderly way. And when that three gunas are withdrawn, then this creation also gone, all karmas are also gone, and one remains in his own divine self. The mantra is difficult to interpret. Now, let us see. That's why you have to read these books. Some commentators take it not in the cosmic sense given here, but in a spiritual sense. They interpret, having performed work associated with the gunas and dedicated them all to the Lord, it is coming to the individual. I just discussed it from the cosmic plan, how Brahman brought the three gunas, made it orderly, and the whole creation is going on in perfect order. And when he withdraws the three gunas, the creation is gone, karma is gone, and only that Brahman remains. Now it is subjectively some people explain for you. What is that? Having performed work associated with the gunas and performing the work dedicated all to the Lord, man is liberated from karma and the cycle of birth and death. The effect of his actions being all destroyed by non-attachment. When you detach by this way, you become free from all identification and you are become free, knower of truth. While such an interpretation is quite acceptable, we have nonetheless translated it in the cosmic sense, as done by Max Muller, because the mantra occurs in a context dealing exclusively with the glory of God, because it is the first verse was talking about God who created this universe. Suddenly you cannot bring it for your individual case. You can find, that's why you can think that this verse is dedicated to me. I am involved in the three gunas and its karma and its will. So if I can detach from the three gunas, then I am detached from the creation and I become in my own self. Very simple formula. But here it says Max Muller also put this verse translated like that. It is cosmic level. The God, Lord who created, talking about him, that he becomes totally free. Max Muller says, because the mantra occurs in a context dealing exclusively with the glory of God as the creator, preserver and destroyer of the universe. Absence of the gunas means, the idea is that it is when the three gunas or the three constituents of nature, like sattva, rajas and tamas, lose their equilibrium, that a new cycle of creation starts. Then the three gunas are absent, that is regain their equilibrium and are no longer operative. Cosmic dissolution or pralaya takes place. This is very simple, we can understand. When the disturbance in the three gunas come, then the creation starts. When they are in perfect balance, there is no creation. three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, when in balance, non-creation. Disbalance, the creation. Let us see what Swami Lokeswarananda have said. When a person does something, he does it within the framework of the gunas. That is, he has some goal in view. If the goal is not for himself, but for God, then what he does is not a cause for attachment. He is taking subjectively, individually. It is as if he has not been doing anything. He now becomes a new person together. He is no longer ignorant. Subjectively. At first we work within the limits of the gunas. We function within the framework of sattva, rajas and tamas. But if we can surrender everything to God, then all karma ceases. There is no more karma for us. You see, whatever work you do has some result. And if you work with a sense of ego, that is, I am the doer, I am doing everything, then you have to accept the results of your actions. But when you work with the feeling that you are not the doer, that God is the doer, or when you feel that you are not working for your own sake, but for the sake of God, then your work becomes worship. There is a well-known verse in the Bhagavad Gita when Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in the fire, whatever you give, and whatever austerities you perform, do it as an offering to me. Jadasi juhosi jat tat puruṣo madarpanam. You find this idea emphasized again and again in the Bhagavad Gita. Since you have to work in a spirit of worship, but an instrument in the hands of God. Be an instrument in the hands of God. Have no will of your own. Work because God makes you work. That is called the niskama karma. At first Arjuna was doing his duties with desires, sakama. He had ambitions. He wanted to conquer and he wanted to empire. Yet when he saw the strength of the enemy, he became frightened. No, I don't want to fight. Are not they my cousins? But when he surrendered to Sri Krishna and became an instrument, then performing his duty without desire, niskama, he showed great heroism. It is very difficult, however, to efface the ego and look upon God as the real doer. That is why Sri Ramakrishna would advise a person to think of himself as a servant of God. This is not my house, it is God's house. They are not my children, they are God's children. I am only a servant and God is the master. Whatever you do in the spirit is worship. In this spirit if you can work, that is worship. There is nothing secular, everything is spiritual. As Ramprasad sang, when I am eating, I am worshipping you. When I am sleeping, I am meditating on you. When I am lying down, I am bowing down to you. So this is the idea subjectively, that we can utilize it subjectively, that three gunas have created this world for me, but the three gunas, when no function of the three gunas are in balanced state, then creation is gone. And when it is in disbalance, then creation comes. So I will end here. We will read it again, this Shankara's commentary, which is little it needs more attention to understand. So we'll do it next day. So what we understand today, that the Lord created this universe, that Brahman, which is act, it is not other, but it is the first product is the ignorance. And ignorance created this duality of two, dharma, dharma. And that created the three, that is three bodies, gross, subtle, causal. And that created 8. What are the 8? 5? Panchabhuta, Manobuddhi, Ahankara. And that we enjoy, experience and come out. Any question? What? Okay. So, tomorrow is gospel class at 7:30. Please come who can come. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Panamastu.